I love fighting, I love martial arts, I love training. But in the end, it comes out to helping people. My name is Andy Lazarit, born and raised South Central Los Angeles, LA, and proud, right here. I did a lot of bad things when I was younger. Grew up in a tough neighborhood. I mean, it wasn't the worst neighborhood there is, but I sneaked it out. I like the trouble. I like looking for trouble. I like the thrill of maybe getting caught, When I was younger, we would go out and try to be hard and mad dogging people and like, what's up and this and that. But like, that was all out of fear and like immaturity and puffing my chest out, hoping that people wouldn't fight. Most people want to puff their chest out, think they're bad. And in the end, they really don't want to do anything. They just want to like feel that they're tough, and they're not. I actually found Muay Thai very randomly. I was at a tattoo shop with one of my homies. He was getting tattooed, and I found a flyer, said train 1 week for free, not knowing anything about the gym or the coach. Ended up being Crew Walter at Sayatong, LA in Pasadena. If I didn't find Muay Thai, I would 100% be dead or I'll be in jail. It was a life-changing moment for me, for sure. At that time, I still had a regular job. I was a machinist working 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., 6 days a week. But that whole time I was fighting. So I would leave work at 5 p.m., get to the gym at 6 o'clock and be there till 9:30 every day. So I was working in the daytime, training by night. And it came to the point where the guys I was fighting were only training. So I had to be able to make that call whether I was gonna just train. And I was making good money being a machinist. So I ended up stopped fighting at some point, but I kept training, I kept working, I kept coaching at my old gym in Sayatong, LA, and now I'm here, and I run the Muay Thai program here, the Burbank Muay Thai program here at Legacy Los Angeles, and I love it.
So again, jab, slip, roll. You don't have to go fast, start getting that down. Again, jab, slip, roll. Then I want to go jab, slip, roll. Let's just start with that. Yes. Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Coach Alex, who was the coach here before I started, called me up and asked if I was still teaching, and I said, well, we can try it out. And when I showed up, I saw Professor Alberto as soon as I walked in, Coach Andy, and that was it. It was like perfect. It was like perfect timing. It all worked out. Like, I've always loved Professor Alberto. He loved me. I know that. He was so happy to see me here. We have a great community here. Everybody trains everything, not just Muay Thai. I do Tag Fit. Tag Fit, people do Muay Thai. Muay Thai does Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu students are doing over here. So we have a big mix of everybody, always working together, and it's community, it's family to me. I spend so much time here that it's family for me. So even before I started working here, I had spoken to Professor Alberto about something I can do because I had been diagnosed with 3 herniated discs in my low back. It was terrible. I didn't train for probably 1.5 years because of it. Luckily, once I started working here, I finally came in and started doing Tag Fit little by little, strengthening ligaments, tendons, muscles, working the flexibility, all my mobility. And the amount of training I do, you'll never know that I have a bad back, I feel like Tag Fit has helped me heal my body. Yeah, I've been in the car forever. I wasn't the best student. I would be in the back of the room and I would have my books open. And this is back in the day, right? We had magazines and I would have my car magazines and I would just read in car magazines. My first old car, my dad gave me a 1980 Toyota pickup and I was driving it around and one day it broke down and I wanted an old car anyway. And some guys across the street wanted to buy it. So I sold it to them. I took that money and went and bought a 65 Ford Galaxy. And I was commuting from LA to the Valley to go to school. And I drove that thing every day to school and back. I learned working on cars with my dad. We've never taken a car to a mechanic our whole life. My dad, we fixed everything. We did brakes, transmissions, engines, everything, body swaps, whatever. It wasn't done to the highest quality, but we did it. Now I have a 1931 Ford Model A, built as a hot rod back in the late 40s, early 50s. I have a car club, Bedlam Car Club, where we all traditional style, old hot rods, and we just have fun driving around, cruising, usually cruising around with each other, but we go to shows and cruise nights and stuff like that, car meets. Yeah, it's a big part of my life. Cars and Muay Thai and my bulldog. You know, those are like the main things. Obviously family's number one, but you know, cars and the Muay Thai are like right there. Since training, I've changed my entire outlook on life and the way I do everything and the way I feel, the way I am. And I have no desire to go back to how it was before. I could have died, you know, drinking and driving like a dumbass. Like, you know, like it could have happened very easily. I was at a club and I had been partying and stuff, and security guards come up to me and say that I had taken something from somebody, and I didn't know this person. I'm like, what are you talking about? So they grabbed me and they threw me down these, 12 stairs. And so I fought with like 6 or 7 security guards. Obviously they beat me up. I didn't know how to fight back then, but I got beat up. So I leave. It had started sprinkling, I was parked on the downhill, and I punch it. I take off and it was wet. The tail end spins out and I go through a wall right into the parking lot of that same club. And I see 10 security guards are coming at me. So I start fighting with, 10 security guards. I don't even know what happened. At one point they had me. They got me on the ground. I'm on the ground. They're calling the police. The police come, and like maybe 4 cops show up at first. And I'm already on the ground. They cuff me very easily, and they just start beating my ass. I got arrested several times, and when I would go to court, I would like seeing like a big stack in their file, and I was like, oh, that's my file. I thought I was bad because I had a big stack, a big file and a lot of stuff that I'd done. Little by little, I started learning, the common thing was that I was high and drunk, and those are always the common denominator that ended me up in jail or prison or whatever. It was always that. The trouble was always happening because of that. When I found Muay Thai, it's like that was my new addiction. I had people, coaches, trainers that have changed my life and changed the way that I see things and the way I think about life. And Bang Muay Thai, working with Sensei Dwayne, that's the best part, is working with Sensei Dwayne. The way he has the ability to show and teach and make you feel good about what you're doing. And so I feel like I try to do the same with my students. And he's done so much and been all over the world and can kick most people's asses, but he's super nice, super humble. So I want that. I want to be able to do that to people too, Obviously I never got to the level he did, but I still feel that I'm able to help out people and give something positive and give them something good to look forward to and appreciate. I think kids should train Muay Thai to build up their confidence. I think now, as being, in my 40s, like I didn't understand when I was in my 20s. I think a lot of guys go to this, they don't have confidence or self-esteem. And that's what makes people want to maybe join a gang or hang out with the wrong crowd, because in a group, it's easier to have that confidence.
Good job, everybody. Good job, guys. Good work. Good work. Good work. Good work. On 3, nice and loud, everybody. Hand in. Legacy on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good job, guys.
My legacy. Wow. Well, I hope that people remember me for being nice, which is funny because before I'm like, I want to be the baddest ass there is, you know what I mean? But I hope people remember me for being kind and gentle, that I was able to teach and show them something that, or help them do something that they didn't think was possible, something they didn't think they were able to do. I'm lucky and blessed that I'm able to help people out. I get to do what I love every day, and I'm eternally grateful and blessed that I'm able to do this, to have this life. This is my life, man. To be able to do this, the passion I have for this, I want to be able to share that with everyone. When I started, I didn't know anything about Muay Thai. I thought I knew how to fight. I didn't know how to fight for shit. 20 years later, I think I know how to fight now.